beautiful souls. This is Mystic Storm here to clear the path to a new life with you. As a spiritual advisor, I help people like you find the encouragement, inspiration, and empowerment they need to transform their lives. So, if you want to book a session with me, make sure that you check out my website, msbotanica.com. That is the hub where you can get readings from me, and check out your horoscopes, okay? The May 2022 horoscopes are now listed, so go ahead and check those out. And yeah, and it also has buttons for you to look at booking a session or readings and product as well, okay? So we're currently in eclipse season. Okay, the eclipse was April 30th yesterday. I'm currently filming this on May 1st. And with this eclipse, the eclipse energy stays with us for at least 6 months. And it's the new moon in Taurus, okay? And it's a partial solar eclipse. So with eclipses, it's heavy energy that is going to be staying with us, and it's around, the energy of Taurus. Taurus is about money, finances, self-worth, okay, value, material things, right? And then the opposition of that, you have the cousin or the daughter sign is Scorpio, right? So that's the underworld, right? That's death as in transformation. That's taxes, that's shared assets, inheritance, all these things there, right? So that's going to be the focus in during this time. So it could be in different aspects of life. If you would like to see what aspect of life that it will pertain to mostly to you, I would suggest looking at the April 2022 horoscopes, okay? Because it does give you the aspects of which area of life the eclipse would affect you in, okay? So since I've done the horoscopes and all that stuff, I will not be diving into the chart today. I am kind of pretty, like, kind of low. I guess it's kind of mixture of the ascension symptoms, and I'm about to start my moon cycle, and it's just like, But I am happy that I made it to this point, and I want to make sure that we get a reading for the collective. I'm going to do an essence spread to get the essence of what we will see during these next 6 months with this eclipse energy, okay? And then I'll close this out with a few oracle cards, okay? All right. Spirit, divine source, creator of the divine essence. What do we need to know right now? What can we honor at this time during this season? Mary, you don't need to worry. You don't need to fear. Everything is aligning in divine timing. Okay? So, we're going to be during like a bumpy ride, I will say, because, for the month of May, just to give you just some highlights, we do have Mercury going retrograde on May 10th, and that ends on June 3rd. Pluto is also retrograde. That happened in April in the sign of Capricorn. So there's a lot of slowness going down, and Spirit is saying to honor that. Okay, it's no need to rush. Okay, We are on the earthly plane. Taurus is really showing that now, and it's just like it takes time to build stability, to build wealth, to build abundance, right? So, can we get there in a state that is stress free, or are we going to just bulldoze our way in it? I will say with Taurus being the bull, right? It has that rep of like, going after like really hard. But when is that? Is when it's an alarm. Like I'm getting like the people that have the red flag to really get the bull to get angry. Like you don't have to, you can be chill, and still get abundance. You don't have to anytime, and then that red flag right there is that's the trigger point. That's the trigger point. So are you going to react the same way? Are you gonna let people or situations get you riled up when you can just be chill and easy and just receive and just receive? Okay, that's giving a lot of Oshun energy, feminine energy, Venus, because Venus is the ruler of Taurus. So being in that receptivity, okay, and being in your feminine essence will be beneficial. It's just like we just have to, we can chill. It's okay. Pretty much. You can still work and get your stuff done, but it doesn't have to be forced. That's what I'm getting, okay? So let's pull come on. King of flipping pentacles. Let's go. That's the crowning energy of this. Yeah. It's just like we are going to be abundant. There's no need to fear about this. We are reaping everything that we sow. Again, we are planting seeds. So this is saying, because remember, this energy is for at least 6 months from now. So it's going to, the energy is saying that, hey, whatever you're doing, keep doing it. And watch how that will grow. Watch how that will bring you stability. This is like, for people that are trying to move forward in a career, keep going. If you're doing a business, keep going. If you are trying to work on your love life, keep tending to that. All of that will be, if your health, keep building upon that and watch how it grows and blossoms. I feel like also with this, his scepter is a pine cone. So that's being tapped in. Being tapped in, that's the third eye. Because, the pine cone is, they call it that because it kind of represents like the pineal gland. It looks like that. So with that, knowing that you lead with your intuition, right? That is coming down from your higher self, coming down from source. So you need to make sure that you stay tapped in, that you stay plugged in, and you follow your intuition, because that will lead you to the abundance that you crave, okay? And that is rightfully yours. So we're going to keep pulling. Ace of Wands in reverse. And her, like, this is going to be like past, present, yeah, future. We can say that in the midst of the essence. So all of these are in reverse. We have the Ace of Wands in reverse, the Wheel of Fortune in reverse, and then the Moon in reverse, okay? So while in the midst of receiving abundance and getting all that is rightfully ours, right? It's this undercurrent of uncertainty. That's why I got the the analogy of the bull rider with the flag and all that stuff. There are going to be some things that may deter you along the path, and that's okay. You might feel a lack of energy, a lack of motivation, but remember, it's what you do in this moment that is going to make this shift happen. Because future energy is saying that you are being more receptive. I'm getting as far, because this is a lot of internal. Okay, we can say the reversals is more internal. So you might be struggling, and when I say you, I'm saying we. Just make sure you know that too. We are may have a lack of motivation, to a lack of passion, and that might be rolling over to still trying to figure out who we are, struggling with that imposter syndrome, right? But if we miss this opportunity by not putting in the action, I'm not saying forcefully, right? But it might be an internal conflict, maybe inner critic that's really saying that, hey, this isn't the way to go, or no, you're doing this wrong, or like perfectionism type things. Making sure that we continue to release that. Follow, this could also be meaning follow the moon. The moon cycles heavily during this time. You may even want to even see, a few times a week, check in to see where the moon is at, and tapping into that in order to how you're going to plan your week is going to be good. With in the past, it's saying, okay, this motivation, this lack of passion, I feel like it's probably going to be more ignited. With the present energy, is what you do in this moment that can change all of this around. Really changing course. You can really shift your life to be in a 180 versus always in poverty mindset. Getting out of that is something that is really, really, I want to say it's beneficial, but I'm not trying to say beneficial. It's just really a theme. I think, especially with the energy being in Taurus, it's all about money. Financially, a lot of people, we are in 2022, and we're 2 years in this thing, so a lot of shifts have been going on, and this time can make or break you, pretty much. And you have to use your energy wisely. You don't want to push yourself or overexert yourself, but at the same time, you don't want to you want to get something done to bring you to that abundance, right? And then again with the moon, this is really trusting and being secure within yourself to know what is right and what is wrong for you. Okay, using discernment, because there are going to be triggers, like we said. There's going to be situations that may seem good, but if your intuition is telling you no, that's a bad deal, then go with it. Remember, intuition is completely different from inner critic. I would suggest, because I am an air, I'm not heavily air, but in my big three, I got air and water. So I'm very much clairaudient. That's one of the clairs that if I don't see anything, by golly, I'm gonna hear from spirit. Okay, so if you're, I know some people may be like, oh girl, you crazy, whatever. But when you talk to yourself, and if you're not talking to yourself, you missing out. You need to develop talking to yourself. But it's an internal voice that you hear inside. Gauge the tone of the voice. Gauge how you feel when it's talking to you. All these nuances, right? because the inner critic can, the tones of, somebody trying to throw shade or trying to do this, do that. So make sure that you are, being, you know, tending to that, because if you're hearing the inner critic and then you're following it as if it's your intuition, then you're going to fall off completely. You're going to get tripped up by this moon energy. You're going to get tripped up and you're going to be so distracted by the moon or the distractions, the triggers, right? That you're not seeing that the path is lit up for you to go down, okay? So just keep that in mind, okay? All right, we're gonna pull from the astrology cards. I don't have that much space as I want here, and I can't adjust. That's sad. I'm gonna pull these up here. Yeah, that's fine. Okay. Ooh, ninth house, faith. Yes. This is Sagittarius energy. So, ooh, in 3-3, I love to see it. I love to see it equals to 6. Harmony, right? So, working with your intuition, trusting the divine source and your higher self. I think, a lot of us do shadow work and integrating the shadow, which is awesome. But we also need, as we're integrating the shadow, we also need to integrate the higher self, so that way we can really tap in more to what Spirit is trying to lead us to. You may want to pay heavily attention to astrology during this time. We did talk about the moon, but astrology for sure. And other divination tools. You may be interested in doing cards, pendulums. Of course, the Ouija board is here. All these other divination tools, in order for you to connect more to your intuition, will really help during this time. Okay. All right. The birds are chirping. Okay. We're gonna get into, this is the whispers of the ocean, tapping into that Scorpio energy that is opposite of Taurus. Clearing the access. Clearing the access. Come on. It says you are entering a transitional phase and will benefit from clearing away access clutter, whether it is in your physical body or your physical space. Okay, so this is Spirit saying make room for the abundance that is on the way. Okay, making room for what abundance is on the way. Okay, and then look. Oh, I love to see it. Look, every step counts. It says there is an advantage in taking things slowly. Breathe deeply and fully as you consider your options. Okay, that's exactly what we were just talking about, as far as it doesn't have to be forced. It doesn't have to, be hard all the time. Just making sure you take things, work smarter, not harder. Taking things a step at a time will lead you to that abundance, okay? Okay. I'm looking at space, and I'm so sad because my settings on this phone, I recently got a new phone. I should be able to go wider than this, but I'm gonna drop this one down just because that was a bottom, because I still want to fit a couple more cards here. So if that's the case, I'm going to do the Work Your Light Oracle, and then I'll close out with the Wild Offering. So Anna, grandmother of Jesus. So it says seeding the light, laying foundations, divine plan. Okay, so talking about seeding the light, we talked about planting seeds, right, of your intentions. And then again, if this, you don't have to be very religious, but if you're spiritual, I will say that all all religions are a form of practices you can get a message from. So if this is triggering you, if you're seeing, Jesus and all these things, just know a lot of that deep rootedness isn't necessarily from Jesus himself, but it's maybe from the experiences that you have had within religion or in church. Okay, so I just want to make sure. Look, boundaries. And saying, where do you need to establish better boundaries? So you, as I'm saying this too, your boundaries may be too tight. Here, my cat is like going, "Hi, baby." You may be you're boxing yourself in. So this is just to open you up just a little bit. Anna, grandmother of Jesus. So seeding the light. So fertilizing the soil of your intentions, right? Laying foundations in divine plan. So these are things you can take away, okay? Making sure that you're laying clear foundations for yourself. We got a lot of that from the King of Pentacles, right? If you're not feeling, that motivated, that's okay. Write some things down. Take it a step at a time. Everything is working in divine order. We did talk about divine timing before I even pulled the cards. So divine plan, this is all working out for your good. So making sure that you are staying connected and tapped in, and you are believing within and finding. If you feel lost, if you feel like you don't know, if you aren't connecting to God, source, creator, goddess, or whatever, energies, God or goddesses, deities, whatever energy that is helping you get closer to source. Continue to work on that. Work on that during this time. I would suggest, of course, laying a good foundation as far as getting grounded, rooted. That is paramount. But also connecting with the crown chakra. Okay? Connecting more with the crown chakra, so that way that can elevate you to reach higher perspectives. Okay? In order for you to be led from your higher self instead of being triggered all the time. Making your moves based on triggers versus making your moves based on divine guidance. Okay? So, and that goes with boundaries. Making sure you set boundaries. Again, you might be boxed into where you are cutting yourself off from beautiful, benevolent energies, or you are just so open that you are just letting everyone have access to you. This is boundaries. You probably need to establish better boundaries as far as keeping your energy up and making sure that you are staying the course, okay? So making sure that boundaries are something that you are really tending to during this time, okay? And I do want to pull, look, I was going to skip this one, but this is the Oracle of the Hidden Worlds. Now, I know y'all can't see all of the cards. Hopefully, I might have to go deeper in my settings for next time. But for right now, this is what we got. Okay, I'm going to take both. I want her to take both. The Relics of Lemuria. Fragments. Memory reclaiming. Okay, So with this, it's saying that we're going down this path of the eclipse energy, that also we may be getting more downloads, recalling things, maybe have some deja vu, like during meditation. As we get more grounded, we may be able to see more things, and then we just have to continue to piece it together and following the callings, okay? And then we have, look, light dancer, illumination, the radiant self, shining soul. Okay, so we're getting a lot of light energy, but just also remember that the light here, where is the light? Within the dark. Okay, so I don't want you to neglect the darkness. The darkness is where the chaos is, but it's also where blessings are made. That's where the blessings stem from. Okay, so making sure that you are shining your light. This is also giving me hermit type energy, and we may be in a hermit type field, getting into that solitude to make better connections with source. So that's a beautiful thing, because but just know the hermit mode isn't all season. It's time. It's like the moon, right? It's being in tune with yourself, know when it's time to rest, know when it's time to go out and get it, and having balance to do so. Okay. So I think, like, as you're in solitude, you may be getting remembrance of past lives, or you might be tapping into the realms of Lumeria. You may want to look up more about that, and see how you can make connections, or it might be some things that you are drawn to, or you have been drawn to during your life, that are like symbolisms within Lumeria. You just may want to dive into that, okay? All right, and then we're gonna get into the final card. I hope that y'all enjoyed this, and I do invite y'all again to check out my website, msbotanica.com, if you're interested in the horoscopes. For sure, check out the horoscopes, or if you want to book a reading session, or even purchase some product, the herb infused oils, bath salts, and tea light candles. Come on. Courage. Courage. We got this, okay? We got this. We have to have courage through this. And it's saying divine courage is not the absence of fear, but a nudge that says, keep going. Do it. Don't worry. All will be well. You have to get quiet enough, that's that solitude, to hear it. Dear Divine, may I feel your courage and your will. Okay? So yeah, just have courage, making sure I'm going to reiterate boundaries, clearing the access, making room for this abundance that is coming in, making sure that through this process, because there are going to be dark times, that you remain in solitude, that you take things light dancer. You may also want to do movements in order to clear out energy, okay? And that may be even helping you tap into your higher self. Okay? So yeah, having faith and believe what you believe, okay? Do what you do in order to get connected, okay, to the supreme oneness of source, okay? The energy of source, okay? And then we got Anna, grandmother of Jesus, seeding the light. She is fertilizing the light that you're putting out there, okay? Laying the foundations. She might even be sending messages or sending guides to send messages to you, and she's helping within the divine plan, okay? If you don't want to work with Anna, I'm not familiar with Anna, but you can take this message as the energies are working. It's divine orchestration, okay, within your life in order for you to get the abundance that you rightfully know. Know that it is not a race. Every step counts. Take things slowly. Even when it's sometimes a lack of energy, it's an ebb and flow to it, right? Just stay in the present moment and know that the actions you take in that moment shape your future. And know that you are emotionally sound and that you can operate on an elevated plane to where um, people, situations, things do not trigger you as they did in the past. And therefore, you are not distracted and you are continuing down the path to abundance. Okay? You might even get so close to the divine, having this faith, you might be getting more downloads. You may reach different heights, different planes, different realms. Again, you may want to look up Lumeria, Atlantis, things like that, in order to deepen your understandings of the 3D world. Is just not. It, it, it's just not. That's all. You know, there's more out there. So you may want to explore that, and again, that may open you up to more things. Okay, and then all in all, have courage in this. It's not always going to be easy. It's going to be tough. But in that darkness, know that you are light. In that solitude, you will find the messages that you need, the calling that you need on your life to keep going. So be the person that can take that step to it, having the courage and the drive to see all of this through. Okay? So I hope that you all enjoyed. Happy eclipse season. I hope that y'all have a wonderful, wonderful month of May. And I will catch you in the next one. See ya.